Hello and welcome. In this video, we will learn about local, global and block scope of a variable. Alright? Now, you know about variables. So let us create one. I'll say let marks equal to 65. Alright? And this is a variable. You know that. Let me log it to the console. Console.log marks. Alright. So when I run it, I get 65 as output. Now what this is a global variable. Okay. Or this variable can be accessed and modified from anywhere in the program. Okay. So this has a global scope. Now do not worry about it. I'll come back to this later. Let me create one more. So let me create it inside a function now. So let me define a function, and I'll say add numbers, and I want to pass a and b here. Alright, a and b, and I'll say let result equal to a plus b. Okay, so I'm adding two numbers and storing it in this variable. So I have said let. Okay. Next, I'll log it to the console. Result. All right. So now function is defined. Let me call it. I'll say add numbers and brackets. Okay. But inside brackets, I need to pass two arguments for a and b. I'll say 1, 3. All right. 1, 3. So let me run it to get 4 as result. Okay, as expected, I have 4 as result. Now, I do not want to print the result here. Okay, I do not want to have this line inside the function. So let me cut it. Okay, let me cut it and let me have it here. Okay, so now when I run it, I get an error. Okay, I get an error saying result is not defined. This is because we have not defined the variable result. Okay, now let me go back here and let me paste it here. Okay, so see, this variable which we had defined using let inside a function is called as a local variable, or this variable is valid only inside this function, or in other words, you can access this variable only inside this function. So that is why when you used console.log result, it worked, because this line is inside the function, and inside the function we can access result variable. Okay, so when I click run, I get the result as 4. But when I have this line outside the function, we cannot access this variable. Okay, when we have this outside the function, we cannot access the value that is stored in this variable. Alright, so when I run it, I get an error. So this is a local variable which is valid only inside the loop. Okay, only inside the function, not loop, function. All right, now let me say result equal to 7. Okay, so let me say let result equal to 7 here. So now when I run the program, I get result, or I get output as 7. This is because here in the function we are not logging into the console. We are saying let result equal to 7. Alright, so 7 gets stored in result, and then we are calling the function and passing 1 and 3. So 1 and 3 will be passed and 4 will be stored in result. We are not doing anything with this result, correct? We do not have any lines here. In the next line, we are logging to the console result, and this result points to the global variable which is this. Okay, So this is global variable. That means you can access this from anywhere in the program. So this points to this, and so 7 is printed out. Okay, 7 is printed out. All right. Now this is global variable and this is local variable. This can be accessed from anywhere in the program. This can be accessed only in the function. Okay. Now let me delete this. Okay. Let me go here. And here let me define a blank variable. Okay. You can do that. So I'll say let, okay, result. Let result. We are not using equal to and something. We are saying let result. So let result be a variable. I do not have anything to store inside this result now. So let it be just defined. Okay. And then we are creating a function and we are saying let result equal to a plus b. Okay. So here, as we have already defined result, we have to remove this. Okay. We have to remove this. Now this will work. Okay. Now this will work. So let me run it and you can see 4. So we have defined a variable here, but have not set or stored any value in this. Here we are using a function and we are saying a plus b must be stored in result. And in this line we are calling the function and passing 1 and 3. So 1 and 3 will be passed for a and b. So 4 will be stored in result. And now when I log to the console result, it points to the global variable which was accessed here and in which 4 was stored. Okay, 4 was stored, and now it works here. Okay, whereas if you do not define this and if you say let here, it doesn't work, or you cannot access it outside the function. Okay, outside the function. All right. Now, as far as possible, try to use local variables. This is because global variable and their values can be changed anywhere in the program. Okay, we can change the value of global variables from anywhere in the program, which is not good. All right. So as far as possible, try to use local variables. For this, I'll show you. I'll show you how it is. Okay. So here, let me say let result equal to 9. All right. So I'm saying I want to create a variable named result and I want to store the value 9. Okay, 9. See, now let me pass 2 and 5. All right. And then let me log to the console result. Okay. So let me run it. And you can see I have 5 here. Let us analyze what has happened. I had defined a variable result and stored 9. Okay. Stored 9. And then I had a function. Here I called the function and I passed 2 and 3. 2 and 3 were passed and result 5 was stored in result. What is this result? This result is this result. Okay. In this result, there was already 9. Already value 9 was there in the result. But here it was replaced by 5. So the global variable value was replaced by 5 here. And that 5 is being logged to the console, which is kind of a disadvantage. Okay, disadvantage. So as far as possible, try to use local variables, because as you see, we can access global variables and change their values from anywhere in the program. Okay. So this is about local and global variables. Local variables valid only inside the function, global variable valid anywhere. All right. And now we have one more scope, which is block scope. In block scope, the variable is valid only inside the block. So let me show you how it works. I'll create a function and okay, is pass, and I want to pass marks into it. And in the function, I'll say if marks greater than or equal to 40, right? Greater than or equal to 40, let result is equal to pass. Okay, let result equal to pass, and I'll say console.log result. Okay, and next let me say else I'll say let result equal to fail, and let me log to the console result. Okay, so now I've defined the function. You know how it works, so I'm not explaining it again. And I'll call the function is pass, and let me pass 32. Okay, so I'll run it. I get fail, and let me pass 42. I get pass. Okay, now see, this is block variable. That means it is valid only inside this if block. Okay, if block. Now let me delete this. Let me delete this to show you how it works. Let me delete this. Let me have this line outside the if block but inside the function. Okay, so I have result, I have defined result inside this block, and outside the block I am calling this line, or I am logging to the console. This is still inside the function. Okay, function is from here till here, so this is still inside the function. Even then, when I run it, I get an error. It says result is not defined. This is because this is valid only inside this block. Okay, only inside this block. So this is called as a block variable because it is valid only inside that block. Okay, so there is block, there is local, and there is global. All right, yes. So that's it for this video. Go ahead and practice the things that we have learned in this video. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care and thank you for watching.